Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Brains at Work, designing work for every brain. I'm Carla, your host. I work with people and organizations to change the way we work one neuron at a time. And today we are going to discuss about the myth of multitasking. Yes, I know what you're thinking. This is something that we think we know how to do. Isn't it?
I see you guys in a meeting where you are supposed to listen, but you are responding on Slack. Or you are on a phone call with your mom, and at the same time, you are checking your emails and you are texting back someone else on, Notion, or you are checking another thing somewhere else. Isn't it? I know.
At some point in the history of business and company policies, this myth came across that we can multitask. We can do two things at the same time. Now, as soon as I started my journey in neuroscience, well, this became super clear that is bullshit. It's bullshit. Yes, I said it. I said it out loud. It is. It really is. We can't do multiple things at the same time. We believe we can, but we can't. Not cognitive processes. We can walk and talk. Yes, this is two things that the brain is in charge of, and we can do the two things at the same time. However, one is conscious and one is not. Walking is unconscious because we don't need to think about walking anymore. We have been walking for many years since we were one. So, this is out of the control of the consciousness. It's an automatized process. But talking, this is not automatized. This is controlled.
You are technically not doing two things at the same time.
Two things at the same time means that both things have to be conscious. This is what multitasking in reality, in specific language, would mean. And this is false by default. Our brain is not made for that. Let's state it once and for all. You may say, but
wait a second, I do two things at the same time.
Yes. Are you sure you have paid full attention in every moment of the two actions? Were you really listening to your mom while you were also responding your girlfriend?
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. I know that for a fact.
What you are doing is multi-threading. That's different. You are keeping multiple processes open at the same time and switching from one to another along the day. Many times. And more than two. You have 3, 4, 5, 6 processes.
Open your computer and look at the tabs you have opened on your Google Chrome. How many?
In my case, it can be easily 40 different windows opened there, waiting for something to happen on them. Maybe I left an email incomplete, and then I have the PowerPoint shared with someone else, and then I have another thing I'm doing on YouTube, and then you heard me. That's what happens on your tabs as well, I'm sure. I'm not the only one. I cannot be the only one, right? Come on. This is multi-threading. Multi-threading is detrimental to your cognitive span. What does this mean? That we all have a span of attention that now has significantly reduced in the past decades because of TV, first of all, and then augmented, amplified by the coming of internet, social media. This is fractioning our attention. It means that we cannot focus on one task alone for a long time. We somehow feel triggered to go check something else. This is the mechanism that has been largely abused by social media, where we scroll, and every content is increasingly shorter, becomes shorter. Now people watch something on TikTok for maybe 2 seconds, maybe 1 second. If you don't give anything in 1 second, people are already gone. And probably many people already left this podcast because I'm talking too much. We are already 5 minutes in. But the point is that this impression of being able to do two things at the same time surfs on this same mistake.
We are unable to focus our attention on one task alone.
We think we can do more tasks together because we are under an environmental pressure to perform, to be productive, to be on top of things, which is totally unhealthy and unrealistic. And still, we are running with this belief. And we put it at our own disservice because by working on three things at the same time, we are reducing cognitive capacity. Instead of building the tank, we are breaking it apart. And this is where we should start intervening. Even more so if your brain is neurodiverse. What do I mean? Is that neurodiverse brains already have very different systems in place. They have deep focus because something is a topic of their passion, and so they can dedicate 100% of their attention there, forgetting to eat, forgetting to drink, forgetting everything else, or they really struggle to place their attention somewhere and leave it for a while because this fraction of the attention is an embedded circuit, is something that works in automatic. Is not even something that they have broken at some point of their childhood and their development. It simply wasn't there.
This is one of the many common struggles that we have when we are neurodiverse, but also when we are neurotypical, the reduced span of attention.
How do we do with this? What do we do? First of all, one message I want to give is to create working hours where you are focused, and that's it. Where you don't respond to emails, you close Slack, you close everything else you are not working on. If you have to do a PowerPoint for a pitch, for a proposal, whatever, you close everything else and you only work on that thing until it's done for the 2 hours you have planned in your agenda.
And don't plan 30 minutes because this is ridiculous. Plan 2 hours, okay? This is not enough.
Put your phone away, you close every other application on your computer, and the only thing you do is this one task. Suggestion number 2 is to sit with the rest of your team, at least, if not with the rest of your company, and decide once and for all what media is for what task. Because not everything is urgent, my dears. Let's do a bit of history of communication. Emails have been invented to replace letters. Now, do you respond the letter the same day the letter is going out? No. But with emails, we feel an increasing sense of urgency when we see an email coming. This has to be responded immediately. Nobody said so. And then we invented instant messaging systems like Slack, WhatsApp, and so on. Emails and communications comes from colleagues on every possible media. They send an email and also Slack and also WhatsApp and also. This is unnecessary noise that breaks down your attention. Decide on a specific rule of usage.
You have emails for long formats that requires time to be read and are non-immediately urgent to respond to, and stick to Slack or WhatsApp or Teams for everything is immediate response, and I need a response now. This is it. All the rest is destroying your attention.
Let me know how this goes. I really hope you will try this out while listening to the podcast and subscribing as well. Share this content to anyone who can be interested, and I will see you next time.